Hi, babies. I'm hearing that song in my mind, the Alex Warren song, Out of the Ordinary. And I don't be normally getting messages through songs, but recently there's been a few like songs popping into my psyche, and I'm getting kind of hits through the musical realm. So maybe that's something that's happening to you as well. You're noticing that like you're getting little like glimmers of information or messages through like a song that comes on the radio, or when you're in the supermarket and a song will come on and suddenly you notice that you're paying attention to the lyrics, or you're pulling out lyrics. Okay, well, Seven of Cups and the Knave of Swords are coming through, so maybe that is something that is like coming into your mental sphere for a reason, that it is kind of like illuminating a path of dreams is what I'm getting. Don't know what that's about. Anyway, Out of the Ordinary, I think the reason why that was coming through is the which way do I take this? Okay, first, it's possible that you're noticing okay, I hope I can bring this through. It's possible that you're noticing details on ordinary objects that you wouldn't normally notice, or in ordinary situations that you might not normally notice, or you're just starting to be more aware of the world around you in a way that feels more noticey, that feels more like you're taking in details that you have just always taken for granted or have been kind of background noise before. Have you ever had the like, say for example, you go and you like try to draw an object, and it's something you've seen like thousands of times in your life, like a chair or something, and then you go and you sit and you go down to reproduce that image, and you're trying to draw a chair, and suddenly it's like how does a chair go again, and you kind of can't quite make it come into, you can't translate it. I think, yeah, there's like the bickering. I think there's something here around like your like understanding of the world and how you take things in from the world, first of all, is becoming more complex, more nuanced, and more rich and detailed. And secondly, also your ability to translate what you take in from the world into whatever form of output that might be for you at this time is also increasing in like skill and significance. So, for example, if you are an artist, then your artistic qualities are sort of being vibrationally enhanced, for want of a better word, at this time. If you know, it could be just like conversations with friends and you seem to be able to get to the heart of the matter more succinctly, or you know, in your journaling you're finding like it's things are becoming more clear to you at this time. You're more tapped in at this time, you're more present, like more of you is present and online. Yeah, it's like just like more dimensions of you have just woken up and become, it's like you've just opened another set of eyes, as well as your physical eyes. I'm hoping that this is making sense to you. The moon coming out, this is the card of intuition. So again, your intuition is becoming heightened at this time. Your intuition is becoming more present as a reality at this time in your world, and becoming more significant to how you perceive the world and how you live your life. I'm called to this deck right now, so let's get a spirit animal, because maybe there's something. I'm kind of having this sensation of like, what's the point, or like a questioning of why, like why is this happening at this time, or like why is this important, why is this relevant. The unicorn. a special beast, okay? You are a special beast. You're a rare one. And this is also the card of intuition. So this is freaking me out a little bit. Okay. In the best way. And of course I open straight to the unicorn. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. Oh my God. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, it's all coming together. The questioning of why. Why is this happening? Why is this important? Like, yeah, whatever, no big deal. It's just like an intuitive hit, or it's just an improvement, or like you're kind of almost, maybe part of you is in denial or trying to downplay this specific moment whenever you're receiving this message as being unimportant or as being just as another step in the path, which it also is. However, this step in the path, or this particular junction at this particular time, feels significant. I feel a weightiness here with it, and I think there will be a lot of confirmations falling like lead weights into your life to also be underlining this message for you at this time. This is not a time to be flippant about the synchronicities that are coming in. It's not a time to be dismissive. It's actually fully relevant and important. Very important for you to just recognize, I think. Recognize the place where you are at now. The parts of yourself that are waking up now are doing so for a reason. And it may not be that you come to a reading and like find the reason. That's probably something that's for you to find out, something that's for you to discover and unearth. And like, it's not just going to be one thing. It's going to have many arms, and be like a web, like a tangled web of meaning, which is, it's just becoming more like interwoven into your life. Let me take a second here. I'm going to get another card from here. I think you're hearing this not just from me and not just from here. This will not be something maybe out of the blue for you. Horse wolf. What way am I holding these? Two earth energies, powerful earth energies. And another thing that is coming through is a sense of calmness with this intuition. There may be times that you're experiencing a speed coming through you, or like how I experience it often, especially when I'm like speaking and channeling spoken things, and like even journaling sometimes. And anyway, the channel feels like moving into a current. The first like way that I tried to describe it was like, it's like kind of like pulling along on a string and like trying to follow a string, but it's more so actually being in a current that you are you're kind of focusing on, but the current is also carrying you, and the current is going at like a faster speed than like the water around you. That's how a current works, right? So it can be the same with your intuition, that you feel that there's a speed, or it can be the same if you're an artist and you're dropping into that flow state and you suddenly feel like there's no obstacles and there's a speed, and you're finding your way through with the music, with the paint, whatever it is that your medium is. And I think the calmness is also coming to be present, even like simultaneously with the speed. Why am I getting stuck in my there is a sense of calm, presence, power, and we are coming into the horse, the year of the horse, imminently. Is that February? I don't actually know when the Chinese zodiac wheel switches over, but we're leaving behind the year of the snake and moving towards the year of the horse. So that could be something that's interesting you at this time or is relevant, significant to you at this time as well. To me, both of these creatures, I kind of love that they are earth and they are bringing the earth element, because there can be a sense with intuition and heightened intuition that the head in the clouds, the losing touch with reality, the over focus on either purification or on like spirituality or spiritual bypassing that can come through. And I think the way to ground, obviously, that's like the counterweight balance, right, is to use the element of Prithvi, of earth, to balance the speed that can happen through intuition. Take what resonates, take what makes sense to you here, and discard the rest. There's no need to hold on to everything. Sometimes readings come in as a way for us to practice our discernment and to like oftentimes if something finds you, it is for you, but it's not always because it's for you as in like the message is going to speak deeply to your soul. Sometimes the message is there so that you can practice discarding something which is not resonant with your truth. And also that's something that's coming to mind as something that will be relevant and important as a skill for us all to have and to hone going forward, is the skill of discernment. I'll leave it at that for now, but you have discernment and now is the time to use it. So wolf energy is guardian of family and tribe, activism and ritual. Ritual, I think, is a strong, a strong word here. I don't know. People do confirmation verbs. I don't know if that's a thing, but whatever. The wolf and the ritual and the earth. This could be that you are going to perhaps want to develop or rely upon some sort of grounding ritual to keep you calm, steady, and centered as you move into a state of higher consciousness, as you move into a state of increasing intuition, as you move forward from this point, because there is a sense of like fear of getting carried away potentially. When in balance, reliable, democratic, and fearless. Ooh, interesting that I just said fear then, because the balanced wolf represents the fearless quality. When out of balance, judgmental and dominating, and to bring into balance, practice letting go. Okay, this is I was just channeling and thinking about this earlier, the practice of letting go and how important that has been for me in my journey as far as conquering the mind. I'm going to call it conquering the mind. It's more so like learning to use the mind as a positive tool, but letting go specifically in terms of thought spirals that do not serve you. Yes, like following the frustrations of your mind and like fixating on problems, situations, frustrations that might be current in your life. The way that I was feeling it was like, it's like when you get a mosquito bite and you can't help scratching it, and the more you scratch it, the worse it gets irritated, it's itchy, you like can't help yourself, you can't like tear yourself away, but you know you have to stop. It's kind of the same thing in your mind, that it creates this fire, it creates heat in the mind, it creates this is when we're thinking of like we're like going over the same situation, or like being frustrated about another person's behavior, or something that is not kind of flowing effortlessly in our life. It can often be the case that we resort to the mental sphere to try and like manipulate the situation to be how we want it to be, and like it needs to go this way, and like maybe if I just like, you know, like thought spiral and like doom scroll on this thought, then I'm going to like get to the bottom of it. But oftentimes what happens is we just muddy the waters, and we just like we get irritated and agitated. I'm getting irritated just even thinking about it. And so then the key is, where do we drop it? Like, where is the skill to drop it and let it go? Yes, sometimes it feels good to keep that spiral going and to feed the chaos of the mind and to keep thinking about it. But ultimately, that is detrimental to you, to your energy. You don't need your energy to be going into spirals of thoughts. And the key with that is to have some practices and some rituals in place that you rely on to help you stop those thoughts in their tracks. And that is really a beginning point, and a really good foundational practice and basis to have if you want to increase your intuition, improve the conditions that exist inside your mind, feel more comfortable inside your mind, waste less energy on just like pointless things that you don't really need to be thinking about, and become stronger in the realm of your mental sphere. Yes, and this is also really tied into intuition, the like let it go, because that is also a very important practice to have. And I find also it can feed into the grounding as well, because you realize that you don't need to give into your thoughts, and that you have more power in your mind than what you previously gave yourself credit for. And it also allows you to come into communion with the other aspects of yourself that are more grounded. Like the mental state is very much so disconnected from earth, really. And so the earth and the grounding can sometimes come from being able to stop the mind in its tracks when that serves you. Horse, momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. Incredible. Such a powerful duo here. Such a powerful duo. And I love the fact that the horse still has, and the wolf as well, has this like power, this dynamism, and it there can be this misconception that earth is kind of solid and stagnant and like doesn't move, whereas the like, you know, it can be very like almost seductive to live in the airy fairy and to live in the mental sphere and to be like floating around, or to be like kind of going with the flow, and like you don't want to be tethered down, you don't want to be like stuck in one place. And I think this is the reframing that we need for the earth element, that it can be dynamic, that it can be powerful, and that it can also help to facilitate the intuition even more so, rather than just to be like as a barrier or a gate to hold it back. It can be something that allows it to flourish even more, rather than something that kind of like carries you away, or that you kind of feel a bit like blown around by. So horse, when in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. Okay, so this is the power of your root chakra, your Muladhara chakra, which is the chakra of earth, which will take you anywhere that you need to go. It will power you. It is a powerhouse of energy for you to rely on, and it will take you anywhere that you need to go in life. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak, and to bring into balance, strength training. Beautiful. That might be something that you might want to connect to as well, and maybe as part of your ritual, that you bring in like a workout aspect or a strength training aspect to help you embody, to help you become more embodied, to help you be more present in your body and notice and be aware of the power that resides in your physical form, in your body, so that it's kind of like there's like a harmonizing that's happening at this time, I think, between the mental spheres, the intuitive realms, which I don't equate those two together, but and the physical. I think that's the message. Yeah. Let me know if this resonated down below. Blessings be, and I'll see you very shortly in my next one.